And if you are feeling like your home is chaotic and kids are bickering and things just aren't getting done and you are feeling emotionally or physically overwhelmed, these are really easy, simple steps to take. Hey, beautiful biscuits. So what are good ways to create a calm and loving home if you are a gentle parent? Maybe you are gentle parenting half a dozen or a dozen wild gargoyles that live with you. Maybe you are gentle parenting your inner child. But these are things that work so well for our family. One thing that I have incorporated, and this has really been since welcoming our second child in, is a morning routine. I don't feel like I necessarily focused or needed that with just one kid, but with the dynamic of two kids that bicker and fight, and with the schedules that involves, I have found that having a good morning routine is so important if we want a gentle, smoother day for the whole entire day. If we get off on the wrong foot in the morning, it's really hard to shift back up in how we're feeling, how we're interacting with each other, how we're bickering. So a beautiful morning routine. For me, that is asking the kiddos, what's something you're really looking forward to today? Give me one example. What's something you're really, I put it on our bucket list. What's our day bucket list? What do you want to get done? And it needs to be something real and doable. It could be doing a homeschool project. It could be a class that we're doing. It could be getting out in nature. It could be doing a project at our farm. It could be as simple as, I really want to read this dinosaur comic book, right? It doesn't need to be, and it generally shouldn't be a big thing, but it's something to focus our energy on. What are we focusing on for the day? And everybody gets to pick out a thing. And then in our morning routine, I also always try to ask the kiddos, what did you dream? Did you have an interesting dream? Did you have a scary dream? And oftentimes that really actually opens the kids up to talking a little bit about how they're feeling. We'll do this at night and in the morning, because I'll get little tidbits of things that they wouldn't have otherwise shared. So I don't know how big of a game changer this is. Some people rave by adding magnesium into everybody's diet. I have been adding magnesium into my diet for the last about 2 years solid, like really consistently adding in not just magnesium, but a bunch of base minerals, because I suffer from really horrific migraines. And I saw it really helping me, and then I was starting to read up little things. In no way professional on this, I'm not a nutritionist, but just reading up on how beneficial magnesium can be for kids and how a lot of us are just super deficient in magnesium. So I've started giving them magnesium, and I think it does soothe them. I know it helps with tummy troubles or constipation for them. So we do daily vitamins. I do my organ vitamins, I do some collagen, and especially in the winter when my hair and my skin is super itchy from dry skin, that really helps. And then I do a magnesium multivitamin for the kiddos. Sometimes we'll add in elderberries and other multivitamins for them. It kind of depends how our health is doing. Last winter, we were horrendously sick all the time. My sister and her husband were living with us at the time. My sister works in a doctor's office, and she was just bringing home everything. And all of us were just out sick for months on end. It was awful. And this year, it's more of just our close-knit little family that lives with us. And so that's been nice because it's been lessening our exposure to germs. I think that makes a big difference. But try adding in a little magnesium as just part of your morning routine. It's not a big deal. I get a coconut flavor because it tastes like ice cream to them. Just little spoonfuls. If you have a kiddo on the autism spectrum, vitamins, talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist or a psychologist, see if they maybe recommend a certain vitamin. I try to help my son, who is pretty severely autistic, with as many supplements as he will take, which is next to none, but when I can mix anything in, I think it does really soothe and help that kind of aggression outbursts and big emotions that are hard to contain with autism. So I highly recommend. So we have a family rule, which is an hour of outdoor time, bare minimum. With the caveat, if it's a super terrible weather day, we can be inside. But trust me, one bad weather day and we will be outside in pouring rain, mud, ice, snow, sleet, because we're a family that are outdoors. I was explaining to, I don't remember, maybe a relative a couple years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, probably before Pear was even around. And I was saying, oh yeah, we didn't spend very much time outside this week. And she had asked, oh, well, how much time? And I was like, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 hours a day. And it was like, oh, that's not a lot. And we are very much a family that needs to ground and be outdoors. We get sensory overload easily. And bare minimum is an hour of outdoor time. And that can be a walk after work, after dinner. That can be morning time at the playground. It could be going out in nature and doing forest bathing. Sometimes we have projects on our farm stay, farming campground area. So anything that gets us outside counts. We could be weeding the gravel pathway. That will count. Absolutely. I will have days where I'm like, just don't feel like bundling this up and going for a walk because it takes us 45 minutes to get ready. We're just going to go weed, and the kids dig in the flower beds and get all muddy, and everybody gets some air on their skin, maybe some sunshine if we're lucky to have sun that day. Even if it's bucketing down rain though, minimum for us is an hour a day to be outside. And this will include if we have had a day that's like really emotionally charged and maybe everybody's been butting heads, even as the sun sets, I will bundle us up at this time of year and I will get us outside, even if it's just circling the yard a couple times so that we get some fresh air. Sometimes when the kids really don't want to go outside, because you know kids like to be obstinate about that, I will bundle myself up and I'll go stand on the front porch and they'll follow because you know kids at this age are shadows. At least my kids are my shadows. What you doing? We're outside. Oh, this is kind of nice. Oh, fresh air. Oh, guess we could stay out. I'll give them shiny rocks to wash and some warm water outside to get them out. These are all really nice ways to just kind of have a more soothing home life because everybody's nervous system is more regulated. Our circadian rhythm is better when we actually have real fresh air and light, even if it's a cloudy day, on our skin and our faces for at least an hour a day. Expect kids to be kids if you are practicing gentle parenting, and that is not permissive parenting. I want to say that if you are somebody that's on here going, oh, I don't want to set boundaries, I don't want to have rules, I don't want to have routines, I don't want to have consequences for bad behavior, that's not my parenting style. I just mean we try to all be kind and respectful to each other, and frequently fail at that because, you know, we're human beings. But if you wouldn't speak that way to an adult, and if you wouldn't let an adult speak to you that way, why are you speaking to your kid that way, or why are you allowing your child to disrespect you? Because, you know, like Perry's going through some big developmental leaps, and so she'll sass sometimes, and we really have a discussion of like, that is not acceptable or respectful way to talk. And hopefully by trying to be respectful and gentle and kind in how I interact, that thing kind of trickles down into how they just view everyday interactions. But I think that can be so important of have reasonable expectations. They'll be loud, they'll be wild, they fight every single day. Much. When I thought I would have lots of kids, because I always thought I had 4, 5, 6 kids, you know, and I never imagined the level of bickering and fighting that they do. In particular, my two. Oh my God. But what really helps is giving chores. So we cook together, we do dishes, we clean, we sweep, we mop together. It's not we're playing video games or watching cartoons while mom does all the household chores. Everybody pitches in, and you know, age appropriate, like a 3-year-old is maybe going to sweep one tiny dust pile just in a circle, right? But my 10-year-old absolutely knows how to get dishes in the dishwasher. He knows how to put food away, right? He knows how to wipe down surfaces and sweep. Basic stuff that hopefully when he's an adult and he has his own home, he's like, oh, thank God I know these basic things. Because I know when I was growing up, I wasn't really taught those basic skills. And it's such a pain to have to relearn it as an adult. It's actually a lot of what inspired my second YouTube channel that I don't post on anymore of homemaking content, which I've kind of moved all that content over to Patreon, is no one ever taught it to me, and it just seemed really intimidating, and only like really judgy PTA moms would give any lessons on it, you know, and I just wanted a non-judgy fun place for homemaking because it's really nice to have supportive other moms there with us. This is a big one, and I know a bunch of parents that maybe aren't this way. They'll only show your real emotions, show that you are human. I know parents that will only show emotions, you know, when they're like really just hit the limit, really upset or really sad, stressed, and they're just showing their everyday emotions. I do not cover up when I am angry or disappointed or frustrated or worried, or happy or excited or hyper. I express my feelings because I feel like it's really important to show that we have big feelings, good and bad and neutral. Sometimes they're bored, sometimes they're neutral feelings. And how then through example do we process them? Do we handle them? Sometimes we have such big feelings, you know, that it's really hard to figure out how to handle, and how confusing that is to grow up and not hear and not see examples of how we handle our emotions. How nice it is to lead by example, that feelings exist and that we're all human. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's expecting perfect children and perfect parenting when you're a gentle parent. I hope these are easy things to implement. These are not a hardcore schedule that we must stick by. These are little small routine shifts that help for a more peaceful home. And if you are feeling like your home is chaotic and kids are bickering and things just aren't getting done, and you are feeling emotionally or physically overwhelmed, these are really easy, simple steps to take to give you a more gentle, peaceful home for everyone to enjoy. Okay, biscuits, I will see you over on Patreon. We have the Manifested Mamas tier where I am posting really great booklets, how-tos, day-to-day calendar to-dos. November we did this really cool calendar that was a daily self-care chart for us. It was so much fun. I would look at it every day and be like, okay, that's what we're doing. And we are just going to have an amazing February coming up. It's going to be special. I'm really doing a month of self-love and self-care on there. We're going to do the Best Biscuits tier. It's going to have a huge month on there. It's our biggest month that we've done probably in years. And the whole Patreon page is just going to be full of ways to love our lives and ourselves and our primal, beautiful little timeless souls. Just that much more. I'll see you over in there. Oh, should I comb your hair?
I did.
Oh, she already did her hair. Okay, biscuits. I'll see you over on Patreon.